world changes soon. Can get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools. Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me too. What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's
Welcome to the Red Pill Sports and Entertainment Show. I am your host, Albert Apache, and as usual, brought to you by Open Source, Self-Defense, Fitness, and Grappling. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start talking about the video. We're going to talk about a breakdown between Gabriel Souza versus Mikey Musumeci. This happened probably about a month ago, and I just found the match very interesting. I rewatched it a few times, and I thought there were some really interesting things to take away. Basically, the pass and the submission start with the mindset, the tempo, and whose will or game was going to be enforced. Technically speaking, angle of attack plays a big part as well, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. But before we do, let me remind you, please like, subscribe, share the video, comment down below. I try to always interact with all the comments if I can, and thanks a lot, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at the match. So immediately, the first thing we have to see is that Mikey wants to pull guard. He's also laying on his right side. Souza looks like, Gabriel looks like he wants to pass, right? And I talked about angle of attack. I want you to notice the angle that Souza's taking here. He's not squaring up. He's going ahead and staying on that right side of Mikey so that he can attack. His foot isn't quite past Mikey's foot, but you know, eventually, of course, he'll get the pass. He'll get the pass, excuse me, guys, and he will make the better angle. So here we see an early scramble trying to pass the guard. And what you see here is that Souza's going back and forth. He's kind of testing which way he wants to go. And what I noticed as I rewatched this particular match was that it seemed as though anytime Mikey had the opportunity to get back on his right side, he did. Here, boom, again, Mikey pulls guard, immediately rolls over to his right side. Now, I don't know what he saw in film study that made him think this was the best way to go, but he kept falling to this right side. That was a mindset, right, that hey, I'm going to pull guard. He was going to play basically a counter game. So this is where mindset kind of came into play. Now notice here with the K guard, he gets the K guard in deep, Mikey, and maybe this is what he is looking for. However, this did come, you know, over on his left side. So I'm not sure that this was exactly what he was looking for. A little bit later, there was a scramble. They got tangled up. Here's Gabriel trying to pass again. Let's look at this, how he does this again, where he spins Mikey around. Watch this here. He pulls out. Mikey is on his left side. And then you're going to notice immediately that Mikey's going to front trip here. And he's going to get back over to his other side. Here it comes. There he did. He was about to front shrimp, square up, and get on his right side. They restart again. Again, Mikey on his right side. Here, Gabriel kind of almost has a complete pass. And what I wanted you to notice here is the way that he spins Mikey, pushing the knee. Mikey's expecting a north-south, but he actually goes all the way across. I believe this was the beginning of where Souza believed he could pass on the right side of the guard of Mikey Musumeci. So here we're coming into it. Gabriel is still playing the passing game. He's still the aggressor. Mikey's still playing off his back. And we're going to get right into where we see this pass. Pause it there. Let's go back. Okay, notice how much deeper Souza is on that angle of attack we talked about earlier. Super deep on that attack. Before he even started passing, he was already super deep. And this is the very first pass that came in the fight. Souza starts to settle. Mikey fighting it off. And Mikey does a really good job controlling this arm here. and then there's a scramble, and then they're back to their feet. And here we see Souza passing again to the left, and notice again the super deep angle. This was kind of set up by the tempo. So we talked about mindset, we talked about tempo, we talked about angle of attack. This is where tempo came in, because Souza kind of would speed up and then slow down. He kind of get Mikey caught in this limbo of like, okay, am I going to come in fast? See here, he's kind of pressuring, he's kind of being heavy. He postures up, he pauses, and you're going to notice he's actually going to move back away from Mikey, baiting Mikey to front shrimp. And as he front shrimps, he comes in. Now, notice this in full speed. Look at how beautiful this is. So here's that deep angle. Here he's being pressuring. Calms down, scoots back. Boom, there it is. And pow, that was the pass. That was the final pass of this match. This is the pass that led to the north-south choke. And that's what I got, guys. You know, I find it interesting. A lot of times, us lower belts, we hear black belts say things and we maybe roll our eyes, but the reality is that many of the fundamental things that we're taught as white belts, especially when it comes to competition and things of that nature, are 100% true. And I believe this match was a beautiful display of that. How, you know, having your mindset, right? Your mindset plays a big role in the way that a match is going to go. If you're going to play a very reactive guard, that might not be the best. I don't think Mikey played a very attacking guard in this fight. It felt like, or it looked like from watching, that his guard was very reactive. So mindset was huge. A lot of times, your black belts will start to teach you about competitions. They'll start telling you about, hey, you need to have tempo. You need to take your tempo up, take your tempo down. You cannot be predictable in what you're going to do, right? So tempo played a huge deal. You know, we talk about misdirection, and a lot of people think that misdirection means from passing to the left to passing to the right only. But misdirection can also mean your tempo, right? I'm really baiting you in to be frantic, high-paced, and then I slow down and I smash you. Or I start to smash you, I'm super, super slow, and I'm just putting pressure, so that you feel comfortable that, well, if I just get stagnant and I frame, I'm going to be safe. And then whose will, right? So here we talked about Mikey kept wanting to go to his right side, play his guard off of his right side. Souza wanted to pass to the left, to Mikey's left. And whose will was enforced there? Clearly, you saw that final pass. Souza passed on Mikey's left side, meaning that his will was enforced in the match. And when you're winning the mindset game, you're dictating the tempo, and you're enforcing your will, most likely you're going to win the match. And then the last thing, like I said, technically, that you could probably notice there is the angle of attack. You know, Souza really started his passes, the ones that were successful, he started them on a very deep angle. I mean, with his right foot, his right foot completely past Mikey's right foot or left foot on the mat, right? His left foot on the mat, completely past Mikey's inside knee. And his other foot was pretty much in line with it, or all his knee was past it, right? Before he even started his pass, before Souza even started his pass. So angle of attack ended up being super critical as well. And I think that all goes back to tempo, right? Because he had lulled Mikey into believing that it was going to be frantic. And, you know, every time he passed, it was going to be frantic. He's going to be frantic. And when he slowed down there, Mikey front shrimped, and then the pass came. So that's what I got, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Remember, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and remember, be practical, be purposeful, get fit with a purpose, guys.
What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive, we're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my weight, it's because I'm a Christian. I hate the internet and anyone who has an opinion. And everybody angry say white, K fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird.